Okay. So let me share my screen. We will first talk about the value boxes in general, and then we will focus on the DASA product management value box. Okay, and when we go to the Miro board for your suggestions, for your feedbacks, we have questions for both, for value boxes as a product type from DASA, and for your suggestions on the product management value box, whatever you hear today. Okay, I'll share my screen right now and we begin. Okay, let me look the side. So what is a value box? As I was just talking about in the previous section, um, the very purpose of a value box is to enable delivery of value for a given knowledge area, and it is meant to help in the transformation journey to make people do or guide them in their transformation journey, and therefore there will be multiple guidance products within a value box. So it'll consist of 3 to 6 guidance products. Some examples of a guidance products are listed here, which is like a workshop, a current state assessments, guidance papers, frameworks, playbooks, toolkits. Um, while we are brainstorming for every topic value box, there could be possibility of creating some new kinds of guidance products as well with our subject matter experts. But whatever we have been thinking with our experts, with our internally, externally, this is some examples of it. But as I said, the objective is that this value box, any value box that comes from DASA, should enable or should help people lead the transformations, and the products in the value box will help them guide in this. Okay. Moving on, what will be part of a value box? What will you find in a value box? The value box will have, as I said, 3 to 6 guidance products. It will always come with an introductory write-up on the products and on a guidance write-up on how to use the products. What is the purpose of these products? There will be, along with these, a value box is incomplete without train the facilitator sessions. These sessions will be available, will be live, there will also be a flex mode of it. So you can, the live sessions will be scheduled regularly. People can also opt to do the train the facilitator sessions offline if they don't want to do the facilitated sessions. And there will be facilitator badges after someone has earned the accreditation for these value boxes. So that will be part of the value box. Who can use it? Anyone within the enterprises and transformation partners who's supposed to guide, mentor, coach, lead, transform, or help in the transformation. These are only some role examples for an enterprise or transformation, enterprise leaders and enterprise organizations and transformation partners. These are some of the roles there. You can use it for your internal stakeholders, external stakeholders. How to use it? You get your accreditation to facilitate the guidance products in the value box. So you get the accreditation for all the products within a value box, not just for one product or 2 products of the value box, but for the entire value box. To get that accreditation, you can get in touch with your DASA spoke, attend the TTFs, and earn your badge for accreditation, and then you can go deliver those value boxes to your internal, external stakeholders. You get the license for the value box. So you have to purchase the license. The license will be valid for a year for the entire value box. You deliver the products to your internal and external stakeholders as many times as needed within the license period. Once the license period is over, you'll have to renew the license, of course, and also once the accreditation period is over, you also need to renew your accreditation going through. So we will soon be also, once the value boxes are launched, the accreditation policy will also be launched, will also come along with it. So there will be certain descriptions or certain criterias on what would we mean by accredited facilitators, and what would be the criteria for the renewal, when they would need to renew their accreditations. So those details will follow. Okay. Any questions? No questions. So I understand everything is clear about the value boxes. Then I can move on. Okay, let's talk about the DASA product management value box specifically. They are the architects of this value box, the DASA product management, Dave, Leon, and Timo. Timo is unwell, so he couldn't join us today. But Dave, Leon, and Timo, they are working very, very closely together. Leon and Timo are both practice lead at Ordina, and Dave, we all know, is a strategic change consultant. He has been helping us with a lot many other products as well. So they are leading this initiative. Now, I'll not talk about these phases. Rick has already talked about these phases and our transformation themes. But just to reiterate that whichever product we build will be mapped to these transformation themes and to the phases. They have to cater to these transformation phases that Dasa is talking about, and should lead to these to some of these people achieving these transformation themes. So this particular product actually maps to these particular phases and to the transformation theme. So this mapping is very important for us for all the products that we develop, that in which phase will it help to achieve which theme of the transformation. And that is what it is here. I'll now pass it on to Leon to talk about the product.
Yes, thank you, Pragya. Yeah, so when we started working on this value box, we started with our analysis, and I think it starts with the audience. So in general, I think a lot of people in organizations can benefit from the value box, but our primary audience is obviously a product manager. But if you look at product management, and especially if we look in the agile space, we also see the typical roles there, like the product owner, the DevOps coach, people doing these transformations. So these are all well considered our audience, but the primary audience is really the people who are really working in product. So that's what our main focus on. And if you can then go to the next slide. So let me first, because when we look at product management and trying to make it methodology agnostic, I think it's good to first understand what we consider product management, because we definitely think it's a broader thing than just product ownership as it's often considered. So when we look at product management, it's about vision leadership, strategy, market research, product roadmap, and UX and backlog management. And these are usually pretty standard things, but it's also about product lifecycle and value management. So what is the lifecycle your product goes through? And when you talk about value management, what are the benefits you're generating? What are the investments you're doing? So it's also the financial and business, really the business value that you're creating from your product. And when we talk about product operations, so the whole environment of a product manager, of a product owner, what organizational capabilities do you need in order to make products work? And that's also where a strong link, obviously, to, for instance, the traditional DevOps comes into play. So we've got this this is part of the model that we have, which is also the basis for the certification program that we use. And from there, I think it's good if we move to the value box elements. So when we were defining the value box, we've really tried to focus on the things that we see are lacking the most when companies have gone through some sort of transformation. So especially Timo and I, we have been working for Dina for quite some time now, and we have been talking to many product managers, product owners in organizations. And what we see is that when people move to a product owner or product manager role, and they are in an organization which hasn't fully transformed yet, certain elements are lacking, and this is what we've tried to focus on. So the first thing that we have is a capability assessment. So the capability assessment, and well, maybe I will go through them in the later slides. Let's focus on this one first. So we have the 5 products here, and these 5 products are really hands-on things that really help them to do things a little bit better tomorrow as compared to yesterday. So we're not trying to it's not very theoretical stuff. It's really practical tools that really help them to make the next step. So if you can go to the next slide, please. So let's talk about the capability assessment first. So the capability assessment is a self-assessment, and it's really focusing on the capabilities and competencies of a product manager, and what should a product manager be able to do and to know and understand in order to really mature their product management capability in the organization. So it gives them insights in their maturity, but based on that, it also gives them clues on what areas they should develop on an individual level, but also in the organization, in order to take the next step. So that's the first one, and then the other elements tie into this. So we have a product vision workshop, and the reason we chose this one is because if you talk to many product managers, this is the first thing that often lacks, because if organizations are going through the transformation and people move into a product management role, defining this vision is one of the hardest things if the organization is not really ready for it yet. So that's why we want to help them on this part. So it's a workshop. It's quite a short workshop, but it's, as I said before, it's very hands-on. So it will take roughly 4 hours, and after those 4 hours, they will just have a first outline of their vision, but they also have the tools and the templates that allow them to further refine it in the period after that. So it's really a good starting point to really define this product vision. Then the next one, it's a product discovery workshop, and this is the next element. So if you talk about product management, and especially also linked to the more traditional, the product owner role that we see more often, we notice that product discovery, which is basically the part before actually building things. So this is the process of really understanding customer needs, what kind of solutions do we have, and validating those kind of solutions. That's what we help people with in the workshop. And it's also this is the how do you frame that? So when we talk about traditional organizations, or organizations that are still in their transformation, what we often see is that product owners are provided with projects, and these projects already have a solution defined, and the product discovery workshop helps them to structure the solutioning part, and validating that what they are doing is actually going to yield the benefits that they want to achieve. And this is in the transformation from a project to a product mindset. This is one of the key elements. So then if we go to the other one, so this is a guidance paper. So if we talk about, again, moving from projects to products and really understanding the value that you want to deliver, the impact that you're making. So this guidance paper will give them different perspectives on value, provides applicable guidance on instruments and practices to really start doing this. So it's really about understanding what value are you delivering, how do you quantify that, and what tools can you use to do that. Then the next one, and this is, I think this is the last product. Yes. So this is the toolkit, and the toolkit is basically, it's a set of templates with a detailed explanation on how to use it. And these are very tangible templates, frameworks, canvases that help them with the basic elements. So it's about a product vision canvas, it's about a roadmap canvas, a template, a customer journey map, those kind of things. So it's really the concrete tools. As we said before, we really want to give them practical tools and methods and guidance on how to do things a little bit better tomorrow as of today compared to today. Well, these are the typical templates that really help them to start doing this.
Okay. Any questions so far? No?
It's
Okay.
very exciting. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Very,
need some
very cool.
clarity. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Go
I just
ahead.
need some clarity on the, I think, slide 2. You mentioned something about capabilities being part of a certification program. So I wanted to know what you're referring to as certification program. Is it the product management manager certification program or a certification program for an organization? I
Product.
think it's slide 2. It says
Uh,
something about capabilities being part of the certification program.
product vision workshop.
Capabilities being part of a certification.
The capability assessment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And what was
You
your
mentioned-
question again? Sorry.
Yeah, all capabilities are part of the certification program. Second to the last line.
Yeah, so we have the certification program, and the assessment touches on several capabilities and competencies, and those are also addressed in the certification program.
Okay, the product management certification program.
Yes.
Okay, so if I can help clarify a little more, Daniel, the assessment in the certification program would be more on the fact that after going through the program, have you understood the concepts, the functioning, the app will you be able to apply this knowledge in your day-to-day job? So that would be the assessment of the individual after they have completed the certification program, whereas this capability assessment is more at an organizational level, at an individual level, at a team level, for people to assess whether they have the right capability at the moment to do the product management in the right sense.
Yeah, if I may, Pragya, and it will be, I think, question as well to you, Leon. Like, I assume there will be some maturity levels introducing there into this capability approach. And I assume that the goal of this one is actually to assess where we are right now, right? To get where we, what is as is state and what are the next steps into making this capability more mature. And of course, if it makes sense, right, in the context of the customer, in the context of the product. Am I getting this right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So the first version, for sure, will really focus, for a big part on the individual and really give a baseline on where you currently stand with concrete tools and tips on how you can move to the next level. What we have also been thinking about, and what will probably be part of a next version or a next release, where we can differentiate between different types of roles. So whether you're maybe a product owner or a product manager, and the next level would be, so how does that change if you, for instance, would move into a product lead kind of role, or a chief product owner, or a product director kind of role, and how that would relate to the different capabilities and competencies.
Thank you very much, Leon.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No? Then we can move on to the Miro board. On the Miro board, we have certain inputs that we would want from you. These are some of the questions that we have, probably, and it'll be very, very helpful to get your insights, to get your feedback and inputs on it. Okay, so in the chat now, I'll stop sharing, and in the chat, I will paste the link for the Miro board. It's already there, Jess has pasted it, but this one will take you directly to the value box section of the Miro board. I've just pasted it. And let's all move on to the Miro board. You have about 30 minutes or more. We can then come back and have a little discussion as well. I would also request with your comment if you can add your names as well, so that we know if we have any questions later, then maybe we can reach out to you, get more insights.